It's only a matter of time before people figure out that these criminals are being eliminated by someone. I want the world to know of my existence, that there's someone out there passing righteous judgment on the wicked. And I will become the god of this new world.
Death Note is an incredibly intellectual show. From the motivations of its characters to the execution of their convoluted schemes, Death Note never fails to provoke its audience into reasoning through the conflict and the events of its universe. Not simply using clever premises and ideas, but making the audience think through them is the hallmark of any intellectual art, and this is what Death Note does. This is what Death Note is. All while not distracting its viewers by vulgar slice-of-life episodes. There are no controversial ideas, no nudity or fan service. The show is one giant blank, hence what is left for the viewer to enjoy is the main storyline and the epic game of cat and mouse between Light and L, and after that between Light and the successors. The lack of controversy and vulgarity also enables one to recommend the show to his friends and spread the good word of anime without looking like a perverted lowlife for doing so. The show begins strong, with Light finding a notebook able to kill any person whose name is written in its pages, proclaiming his ambition to kill all criminals and become the god of this new world. Meanwhile, the international policing community, unable to deal with the supernatural danger presented by Light Yagami, turns to someone who can, a man whose identity is unknown to the world, recognized only by his initial letter, L.
I want to tell you I'm L.
Then they attempt to outplay one another, until eventually becoming frustrated into a stalemate.
Kira, I will hunt you down wherever you're hiding and I will eliminate you! I am justice!
And because of that, the show suffers from a soggy middle syndrome, failing to provide entertainment to the audience for a long time, giving instead lackluster episodes that will bore you to death.
What is this?
No way! Somebody just touched my butt!
This is an outrage. Taking advantage of this situation is unforgivable. I will find whoever is responsible for this.
They bored me for sure. The first time I watched Death Note, I couldn't finish it out of boredom. A big mistake. Because, trigger warning, L dies. Watch the anime to find out how. His successors are wicked, leaving not even one more boring episode for the rest of the show. Despite their works, Mello and Nier are not that appreciated neither in the anime nor the community. The causes are simple. First, the original writers despised them, then the anime studio hated them. The result is that they aren't as developed as they should have been. Still, they're incredibly entertaining. L never could have accomplished what his successors did, gather the evidence and defeat Light in his own game. In the end, the criminal mastermind is not taken down by ingenuity, but by a remarkable show of courage, leaving him with no room to escape or hide.
This was all thanks to Mello. I believe if I explain this much, you'll begin to understand.
What?
The climax of the show is phenomenal, easily one of the greatest. I will not spoil it for you, experience it for yourselves.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew all along you had tampered with the notebook. Nier, you've been completely defeated. The notebook you altered was nothing more than a forgery I had Mikami prepare. On the other hand, the one Mikami is writing their names in is the real notebook, which had been kept hidden until now.
Throughout Death Note, the twin shadows of logic and art loom large in its universe. 1 + 1 always equals 2, rather than bending the rules to favor the occasion, as some other intellectual animes are known to do. Here, every action carries its logical consequence. A is A, and nothing can change that. All the while, the music, the animation, and the voice acting are pure talent. Even the most mundane of things are instead made into heroic, life or death struggle between combatants. It is a show I recommend to everyone, and that includes you, dear viewer. Go watch Death Note.